Recently, I released a bit of a scarier video called The Biggest Fears with Hytale, in which we delved into some potential devastating futures for the game. We spoke of what people are most worried about in particular, and why some people think Hytale may be doomed to fail. But today, I want to take a look at the brighter side of this metaphorical blocky coin, and discuss what exactly makes the game so special in people's eyes. Why does Hytale resonate with so many? What's with those insane trailer views, and how may it impact the gaming industry going forward? Welcome back to Quebec Corner. My name is Connor, and today on the Hytale Development Circle, we ask what's so special about Hytale. Will Hytale be a good game, a good addition to the voxel genre? Why do people love it so much already despite it not being out? Consider this a love letter to the up-and-coming title that we've all been following, but I also wanted to serve as an explanation to those genuinely confused about why people think Hytale could be the next thing, as to why I and many others feel so passionately about it. Also, rumour has it a large percentage of people who do watch my videos aren't actually subscribed, so if you enjoyed the content and want to be notified of more, then please consider subscribing. It really helps, and it's completely free. Back to the video. Why Hytale good? Well, there's a few reasons. I have 7 to be exact, and the timestamps are in the description. First off, Hytale is more than just a game. The Hypixel Studios team isn't just providing a one-and-done single-player story to finish in a few hours and be done with. The base world is expansive, randomly generated, and full of different potential experiences. No one playthrough will be exactly the same thanks to thousands of prefabs and structures, and a myriad of potential layouts for biomes within the zones. To combat monogamy of gameplay even further, the team are allowing for full customization of pretty much everything in the game. I quote, "If you see it, you can edit it." And this is because they are providing the tools and software they use to create the game directly to the players free of charge with a copy of Hytale. That's not just cool, it's next to unheard of. The community being able to develop their vision of the game in tandem with the post-development that will likely take place by the team, that's like unprecedented and huge for modders and developers too. That's not all. The open access nature and customizable elements of Hytale lend themselves very well to the current gaming industry climate, where we see up-and-coming game developers on Roblox, masterful builders and artists in Minecraft, even an array of expressive avatars in VR chat and with VTubers. With all of these things possible in Hytale, the game will likely appeal to a large portion of consumers out there, not just as a game, but as an engine. We all saw that awesome top-down preview that was showcased in the trailer, and will likely see this tenfold upon launch. There's so many interesting aspects of making a game within a game, or developing a mod or fully functioning community server. I don't think anyone can properly project just how the tools provided will be utilized, but looking back at what the gaming community has done with prior titles that allowed for this sort of stuff, I for one am not worried. Some teams will preview their games, show a trailer at E3 and then not speak again for another year. Maybe one statement to the community, maybe a video or another quick trailer, and that's it. This can work sometimes if the game has a big enough name, if it's a franchise. If it's a big studio with a big reputation, hype will naturally generate regardless of advertising levels. But when it comes to smaller titles, when you have no guaranteed success, everything you say matters. It's very important to listen to feedback from the community. And not just once in a while or after a launch for a first day patch, but at all times. Ears must be open for feedback, ideas, and the general voice of those supporting the game night and day. That dialogue should always be open, and it can be very beneficial for both sides. If that voice ever turns sour, if your very own fans are not enjoying what you're creating, then you've failed. But if you're active and announce your changes, your thought processes, if you reveal some of the inner workings of your systems, provide in-game screenshots and footage that hasn't been glamorized or scripted for a larger presentation, if you accept the feedback from players and amend it to the majority's liking, to something that feels like it makes more sense, then you're on the path to success. With regular monthly blog posts all this year, the Riot announcement, Edge article, weekly postcards, and staff Twitter activity on the rise, I'd say that Hypixel Studios has done a pretty good job with communication. They've learned from minor mistakes in the past and are prepared to keep promises, and most of all, keep us all updated in the process. Being communicative with your players and the general gaming community is a necessity to games like Hytale, and we've had plenty of discussions in videos past about why things can go awry when feedback is ignored. Case in point, Cube World, and how some other games have used communication and feedback to save their game. Most recently, No Man's Sky, which has had dramatic improvements and overwhelming quality of life updates since its initial disappointing launch. Modding and server capabilities are also impressive. Being able to set up a server to play adventure mode with friends is one thing for sure, but combining that with all the modding functionality and having all the inner working systems designed to support it, that gets me excited. You're also allowing a client to connect to a completely reskinned and warped world with an entirely different feel and perspective, all via download as they join. No random AdFly links or forum downloads, instruction videos and tutorials, or folders. We've glimpsed some of these tools. We can see what one iteration of a Hytale community server could look like. We've seen customized worlds designed by the team to showcase non-canon environments that could be designed by us, the players. Strange alien ecologies and even specific behavioral scripting is all possible in Hytale. But beyond that, allowing your players to set up the rules and laws of their world as they wish will surely empower the community. Having a server browser with lots of information and filtering functions means players will be able to advertise and each search for servers with ease as different categories and new server genres begin to appear. We don't know what the pages for mods will look like specifically, or if they'll only be applicable via server connection, but with the promise of being able to edit just about anything, there's once again not much reason to worry here. At the risk of sounding too cheesy, this game blew me away with the content it advertised. Like, it genuinely blew my mind, so much that I wanted to start a channel about it instantly. Not just all those additional features at the end of the trailer and those we've heard about in blog posts since, but also just the vastness of the world. We've seen an array of biomes for every zone. There's ecology and an ecosystem. There's species and hierarchy and food chains that guide them. Advanced behaviors make the entire world feel more alive. Both visually and systematically, there's going to be a lot to discover, from the weapons and combat system to the reputation and questing between races, the alchemy, cooking, farming, mining, and let's not even start on the potential for building, which we've seen showcased many a magnificent time. But besides that, there's also a rich and deep lore that connects everything. As an RPG, this game aims to set the tone of a fantastical world with many elements, some obvious and some we'll have to uncover for ourselves. The team stated over a year ago that they had a lore compendium over 90 pages long, and with the amount of theory crafting we've been able to do on this channel from just images and small video snippets alone, I can imagine adventure mode will truly be jam-packed with cool tidbits to discover. Those of you who use texture packs will also know that finding the right style for blocks can be tough, but the detail in the textures from entities to blocks and mobs in Hytale, there's real character there. They're iconic, recognizable. You can really tell that the team love what they're making. There's heart and most importantly soul in Hytale. Minecraft has ruled over the block game genre for the longest time. It holds records and has earned global recognition as that voxel game, if not the only voxel game to be playing. There really hasn't been many instances of this in other gaming genres, to be honest. I mean, you have the core shooters like Call of Duty and Battlefield, at least before Fortnite came along, but even thinking about horrors, adventure games, there's just so many. There's no single one that defines an entire genre, except for Minecraft when it comes to block games. Because thanks to multiplayer, the modding community, and the insane content hunger for quickly growing YouTubers all around the world, Minecraft became more than its base survival game. The original intention was somewhat dispersed by insane game-changing mods, brand new textures, and ultra shading packs. Creative mode allowing for an overwhelming amount of control. The game became a hub. From there, Minecraft has been presented as a horror game, an FPS, a platformer, a racer, puzzle game. Just look at the Hypixel server and MCC. It's a game of all games. And if you think about it, that is what makes it far more akin to a platform or an engine. The way Unreal or Unity allow for developers to code and create incredible new games, Minecraft as a vessel allows for the creation of a huge variety of experiences. And the same could be said for Roblox, VRChat, and eventually even Hytale. But of course, Hytale isn't a carbon copy, nor a clone. It isn't based off anything to do with Minecraft, and it comes as a contender to the block game voxels genre. There were voxel games before Minecraft, and obviously with its success, block games were bound to come after. But looking over all of the voxel copycats and then comparing them to Hytale, you can see where things drastically differ. Hytale wasn't made to capture the spirit of Minecraft. It was made to impact and revolutionize the entire genre of block game. It's a statement to the industry, a challenge to the current standards, and that will hopefully prompt healthy competition all around. One of the most promising things for me personally is the community of fans that has amassed around Hytale itself. Now, it's not surprising that hype has died down slightly since the 2-year-old announcement trailer, but from the large influx of interest, there are still thousands of us sticking around, eagerly awaiting this exciting game. Hytale's trailer got more attention than some AAA launches do, and the amount of fan art produced for the mobs and settings in this game is downright unreal by anyone's standards. The reaction Hytale got was the golden standard, and something that all developers likely strive towards when showing off their game. Stans, fans, simps, obviously most things have a degree of community. There's always some crazy, dedicated viewers or players. But it's rare you find this many, and to this degree so soon into a game's lifespan, while it's still in the womb no less. If that doesn't speak volumes for the potential of the game, and you're not one to just follow what the crowd does, then fair enough. I didn't download TikTok for a while either, but surely you can admit that this is a good sign at the very least. There's no denying that gaming can be fun, but it can also be educational. There are hundreds of thousands of educational games out there, some of which you'll likely have played growing up. Finding lessons and morals in an enjoyable activity is definitely not new, but the way in which the world is beginning to embrace games as a platform for learning more and more posits a bright future for games like Hytale. Just like Minecraft's Education Edition, when it dropped in schools, it allowed teachers to connect with their students and teach them with virtual representations of systems and science from the real world. There's lessons to be learned in the game for children of all ages, from general hand-eye coordination to advanced color palette and building, and even the ability to script your own functions. When it comes to learning about game development specifically, being able to design, manipulate, and customize things within your own favorite game is everything. As a young learner, you can take steps to better your own knowledge through a medium you already enjoy, and this is actually a relatively rare instance. Learning to make a game by making a game is easier said than done, except when you're literally provided all the tools to do so, and Hytale is doing just that. In the grand scheme of things, whether Hytale is a global success or simply a blip on the radar of the industry, I for one will just be glad about the friends we made along the way. Just kidding, of course it's going to be amazing. If you liked this video, then like the video, and if you aren't subscribed, then use the Uno reverse card and change your life forever. The Quebec Corner Discord server is always open and teeming with thousands of Hytale enthusiasts such as yourself, so make sure to hop in and chat. Thank you all for the support recently. I really couldn't produce this much content without the amount of love I've been receiving this year, and thanks as always for watching Quebec Corner. Stay safe and keep free.